All right. Hello, Raiders fans, and welcome to episode 19 of the Raiders Report. Our guest today is the current captain of the Nepean Raiders. He's contributed loads as a defenseman this season, getting 33 points. He started playing in his hometown of London, Ontario. Later went on to play for Ridley College in just out of Niagara Falls. Had a quick stunt with the Fort Erie Meteors before committing to the Raiders. Raiders right now hot off a win against division rival Cornwall, chasing them in the standings. A huge win. They've won 4 of their last 6. Thanks for coming on. Welcome, Captain Coleman Bennett. How are you, man?
No, thank you very much for having me. Doing well, thanks.
Awesome. Glad to have you, and I appreciate you taking some time. I know I already asked you, but you guys had a practice day. I'm sure spirits must be a little bit more lifted than usual around the guys.
Yeah, practice has been really good recently, especially with our recent success. We've really been dialed in practice, and practice have been a lot better than they have been at certain points when we've been on a couple skids. So yeah, practice was really good today.
Yeah, I'm sure that they feel a lot better when you guys are winning than losing. So I'll just get into you a little bit, and I'm going to get into the Raiders and the season so far. But from London, what was it like growing up and playing hockey out there? I know you moved around a bit after, but how was that like?
Yeah, so I grew up playing hockey in London with my local organization with the London Junior Knights, and I played there for 6 years. And then in my final season, I made the jump over just outside of London to Elgin, and it was a great experience in both organizations where they both provided me with the options and the tools to succeed, and it was amazing. We had great teams both in London and in Elgin, and I met some really great people. So I'm really happy about my time there.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a great experience kind of coming up in those two teams. Is there sort of a memory that you have from playing in either of those two organizations that sticks out to you?
Yeah, I think it was my major Pee Wee year actually when we went to the like the Ontario Championships, where we won our league, and then we got the chance to go represent our league in the championships. And that was just such a great season. We had an amazing team, and it was just all around. The guys in the room were amazing. The hockey we were playing was amazing, and just the experience of all that, being able to go away. We went away for a week, played against a bunch of teams across Ontario. So it was a really fun experience. So that's one of my favorite memories from back then for sure.
Yeah, tournaments like that must be a lot of fun for sure. I mean, you're
Oh
getting
yeah.
opponents that you've never seen before, and really you get to see kind of how you're doing in comparison. So
Mhm.
that's awesome. A bit about your game. What would you say is sort of the best attribute that you bring to any team when you're playing on the ice?
Well, if you would have asked me this about 12 months ago, I would have told you I was a defensive defenseman who liked to play gritty and like play that way. But now I would tell you I still like to play defense and be a gritty defender, but I also like to hop in on the rush and try and provide offense where I can. And so that's kind of how I would describe myself now. But it kind of changes year to
Yeah.
year depending on what. But so that's me this year, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely showing too in the points. You're helping your team out for sure, getting up there. I think you're leading defenseman in points. So it's good to see that you're able to get your game as a two-way instead of being able to do both and really
Mhm.
excelling actually this season. So um, you did have a quick stunt with the Fort Erie Meteors. How did getting some reps in with them sort of help you get ready maybe for playing or kind of improve your development?
Yeah, so my final year at Ridley, I know the year before a couple of the guys did that, and when my coach approached me and said we have some interest from a couple of junior B teams who would like to affiliate you to come play with them and kind of help them make that playoff push, I was really interested. So I narrowed in on the Fort Erie Meteors, and I thought that was the best option for me. So I only played a couple regular season games, and I played playoffs with them, but it was a really great experience to kind of get that sense of the next level, whether like the speed and the hitting and just playing against older guys, because still in prep hockey there was still some older guys, but it was mostly younger guys like me. So getting that experience of being able to go up and practice with them and play with them was just an amazing experience for my development.
Yeah, I'm sure that physicality, by itself, is something that really, I'm sure changes as you get
Yeah,
older. And
no, for
I know
sure.
in our league that a lot of players when they transition, they say, yeah, that's the thing that kind of was weird to me, or not weird, but that I had to adjust to a lot was getting used to that physical side. So it must have been great to get those reps in.
Yeah, no, it really helped me out, especially when I made the jump here last year. It just kind of gave me that confidence that I like that I knew that I could play with those guys. So I knew that it'd still be a change, especially from going from junior B to junior A. But it definitely helped me with my confidence and everything.
Absolutely. So you committed to the Raiders. How did that sort of come about? How did you start kind of playing with them? I know there were a few, teams looking at you. What really, sold you on the Raiders?
Yeah, so during the whole year, I knew that I wanted to play junior A the next year, and I'd been looking around. I'd actually talked to a lot of the CCHL teams, but never talked to Nepean. And so I kind of came down and visited here right before COVID. I was actually here
Right.
practicing with the team when COVID hit and the season got canceled.
Oh,
So I went home after that and kind of kept in contact with those teams. And then one day my coach called me and said, "Hey, I think you should reach out to this GM. I've been talking to him for you, and I think this would be a perfect fit for you." So we spent about 45 minutes on a call together, and I took a couple of days to think about it. And then I decided that I would commit to the Nepean Raiders for the next year. So
awesome. And talking about the season right now, obviously, Raiders currently on quite the hot streak. Like I said, 4 of their last 6. What would you attribute your success to right now on the ice?
well, I think our team, we have a lot of skill and we have a lot of key components that can produce. It's just kind of getting all those to work together, whether it's working on our systems or just getting everything to move as one instead of little pieces shifting. So there's a bunch of different things that we've been working on, especially since we came back from break. And I feel like we've been a lot better with working on our systems and kind of following a plan, and everyone following the same plan, not different plans that we have. So the coaches have really put out the plan for us, and it's really helped us as a team kind of get together even closer and that's what I think our success has come down to, is we're just playing more as a team on a daily basis.
Absolutely. And obviously offensively, I had Jack Hillier on the show just last week. He's doing so good as a rookie, and Owen Hollingsworth doing really great as well. On the defensive side, though, obviously defensive contributes to wins. Is there, someone that you notice playing, having just a good defensive play that maybe some people aren't noticing?
You know what? I've actually been really proud of all the guys on the back end this past since we came back from Christmas. Everyone really stepped up their game, and it's been really great to see. I think when we went away for that break we had because of COVID, we kind of narrowed in as a decor, and we said that we were going to work on stuff every single day to get better, and it really shows. Everyone from, we have Todd, Cater, Moser, Sam, Harris, and now Rylan, all of us kind of worked on stuff together, and it's really made our decor stronger and better together. So that, I think that break actually really helped us because it just kind of got us going again, and that it shows on the ice. We're all playing really well, and that's what's contributing to our wins.
Absolutely. So, obviously you want to take this energy and take this success and keep it going throughout the season. How do you guys look to do that? And, specifically you as a captain, how do you want to lead that team and make sure this energy kind of stays?
Yeah, I just want to keep motivating guys as much as I can and making sure that we're all on the same page, whether it's at practice or pregame warm up or whatever it is we need to do. We just all need to focus to be on the same page and keep doing what we've been doing. It's been working the past couple of weeks, and we've been showing that we can compete with any team in this league. And our hopes is just to keep doing that throughout the rest of the year and show teams that we shouldn't be a bottom place team, as we can play with the rest of the league. So
Yeah. Your win against OGS showed that for sure. And your play has absolutely showed that over the last little bit. You guys are playing Brockville next. Again, a strong team. What are you guys looking to do to kind of get ahead of that and get in a winning situation against that team?
Yeah, they have some really skilled forwards up front, so I know we want to shut them down and make sure that they don't get the opportunities that when they do get them, they usually score. They get good chances. So we just want to play our game. Really, we want to take no matter what the team is, we want to play like we did against OGS in the past 4 games where we have won. We just want to bottle it up and kind of keep playing that way. So that's what we're going to try and do, and hopefully we will succeed with that. And I know if we do, we can pull out a big win on tomorrow night.
Absolutely. The game's tomorrow night in Brockville. 7:30 p.m. is the drop for the puck Eastern, and it should be available on hockeytv.com for anyone who wants to catch that. So I want to get more about you and about this team, and specifically you and your role. You know, a lot of people praise your work ethic as a player. What do you think drives you to being sort of thorough and, you know, dependent on having that work ethic?
Well, growing up, I was never the best player. I was always kind of a fifth, sixth defenseman and working at that. So, and I know I always kind of wanted to be that player who could provide to the team. And I think that's one thing that really helped me. I kind of had to work hard to get my ice time. And also, I have some really great role models back in London where I train. So they've always helped me kind of shown me the way how they work and what they do. So that's always helped me. And that's kind of where I put everything is just I just want to be better every day, and I want to help the team as much as I can and do anything I can for them. So
Absolutely, and you're certainly playing the part this year. You earned yourself the C, of course. What did that mean to you?
yeah, you know what? It was a huge honor, especially in this organization. If you look past it, all the captains that have been here, there's some really big names and players who have gone on to play in the pros over in Europe and in North America. So it was a huge deal when coach named me captain, and I really decided to take that on upon myself to help try and lead this team the rest of the year. So
Absolutely, and like I said, you guys finding lots of success. You know, you talked about you and how you as a captain want to stay to motivate the guys. But let's, you know, when you're in the period of the season where things maybe aren't going as well as you want them to, as a leader, how do you approach that situation? Is it sort of the same thing, or?
yeah, you want to let, especially when we've been on our skids, it's kind of a little different message. I just try and let everyone know, keep it simple and keep working hard. Just kind of don't do too much and work on what you're good at. And just making sure everyone stays and plays their role because that's what everyone's good at. Everyone's brought here for a reason to play a certain role, and because that's what they're best at. And that's when we are successful, is when everyone does play their role. So that's one thing that I like to remind the guys is every single one of us on the team has a role. And if we play that, then the outcome can be good. It's when we get away from that and we try and do our own thing, then that's when stuff fails as a team.
Absolutely. This might be a bit of a tougher one. What do you think is the most challenging thing as a captain? And in sort of opposition to that, what do you think is the most rewarding thing as a captain?
Yeah, definitely the most challenging thing is kind of being there, because I'm not always going to be at my best. And I know I'm hard on guys when some guys I know they can be better, but it's also hard because I know that I have to be better most of the time. So that's one thing I like to do, is I like to make sure everyone knows that when I know I'm not at my best, I let everyone know. If I'm not playing well, I say, I know we all have to be better, including me, or something like that, to try and say that I know, like, I don't think I'm above the rest of you. I do believe that we are better as a team, not just as individuals. So that's one thing. And
Yeah, you don't want to criticize and then sort of not take any
no, of
of
course.
that load on yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
Is
definitely.
there, yeah, something else as well?
Sorry, go ahead.
I keep cutting you off. My bad.
No, that's okay. You know what? It's just rewarding to be able to be around the guys and for them to look up to me and try and help these, especially the younger guys, try and get their footing under them and try and move on to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. For your Raiders season so far, what's been the most memorable thing? Has it been this sort of win here? Or is something else that's happened?
Yeah, I actually think the most memorable game we had this year was definitely the OJS game. I think that was kind of one that sticks out in my mind. There's definitely some fun moments throughout the season, but that game really kind of showed how good of a team we can be. And that was definitely, after that win, that was one of my favorite moments. All of us in the dressing room after, it was a really good time.
Gotta feel good after that one.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
definitely.
Awesome. Throughout your sort of career so far, has there been a figure, a coach, whether it be a coach, maybe a player that's helped you along the way, that's really just given you some great advice?
Yeah, so there's this coach in London named Carl Robb, who I had for 2 years actually, and he's really the one who pushed me to be better and to get better. Whether it was he would come out with me at 7 a.m. in the morning, I'd rent ice with my dad, and he'd come out and do stuff with me, whether it was foot speed drills or shooting or stick handling, and he was always there for me. Even to this day, I still contact him all the time, and we still talk. I still skate with him in the summer, and he's been a really big part of my development and helping me. And he's been huge for me. So, and that's one person that I really want to say thanks for, because he's helped me become who I am today. So
Yeah, every player that's done anything, there's a million people behind them that have supported them and helped them along the way. So it's always good to sort of recognize those
Yeah.
people. Last question for you, before I let you go here. What are some short-term goals you have, for yourself? Maybe not, for the rest of your career, but the next few seasons.
Yeah, definitely looking towards this year. We would definitely still like to make the playoffs. I know because of our start of the season, we're a little bit out of reach, but that's still our goal. We do believe if we can win out the rest of the season or win most of our games, we can still kind of sneak into playoffs and make some noise in there. But looking to next season, I know when we get back, we're going to try and make a run for it. And I know we have a bunch of pieces coming up through our organization and places that our GM have been looking at players. And we're definitely excited about looking forward to next year because of the team that we can put together. And that's one thing we want to make a run for. And then for me personally, I definitely want to go play college hockey after, whether it's in the States or playing youth sports here in Canada. But that's something that that's my goal. So.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for taking some time today and coming on the show. Everyone's behind you guys. The Raiders Nation are cheering you guys on, and good luck in your next game and good luck in the rest of the season.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate you having me on today.
No problem. Take care, Colin.